A good one inside the Pepsi Center. The Nuggets have won 10 of the last 13 meetings against Golden State here in the Mile High City. Third member of our broadcast team, she's ready to rock. Julie Brauman. Jules.
Well, playing the same team for the second time in 3 days and having 3 games in the next 5 games, well, that's not really optimal for the team. So the Nuggets know tonight's game especially will be a challenge.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a little bit better since we won the first one. It'd have been a lot tougher, going into Thanksgiving with a loss under our belt. But, the games are going to start coming every other day now. We play tonight, then we got the Clippers here on Sunday at 6 o'clock. So, we're just excited to play.
George Karl said if these Nuggets can win the next 3 at home, it would be a great November. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Julie. A sweet November. Let's take a look at our Southwest Airlines starting lineups. Andre Miller and J.R. Smith continue to be a formidable backcourt. Marcus Camby playing well. Eduardo Najera, the hustle man, and the leading scorer in the NBA, Carmelo Anthony. George Karl against Golden State, 37-12, and 5-1 as the Nuggets coach. He has 790 career wins. That's 12th on the all-time list. The Golden State Warriors, their Southwest starting 5. This is the 9th different lineup used by the Warriors this year. Monte Ellis and Jason Richardson. Richardson moving from the 3 to the 2. Troy Murphy gets the start in the middle for Andris Biedrins. Mike Dunleavy up front with Michael Pretris. Don Nelson, second on the all-time wins list. His first season as the president and pro tem. Of course, Nelly known for zone defense. Coach of the year 3 different times, replacing Mike Montgomery. Carmelo Anthony, there he is. The leading scorer in the NBA needs 31 points tonight to pass Larry Jones on the Nuggets career scoring list and move into 12th place. The Mellow Man averaging 31 points on the nose. What do you think about the lineups, the lineup change by the Golden State Warriors?
Well, I tell you what they're going to do. They got dominated as we look at the officials tonight, McCutcheon, Smith, and Zarba. They got dominated on the board, so I think what they're going to do is try to go quick and fast, is try to run this team and force them to go a little smaller and match us.
Nuggets averaging 108 points per game, best in the NBA. Warriors are at 105. So Golden State will have it. Golden State is in 3rd place in the Pacific Division with a record of 7-5. They're a game and a half behind the Lakers and tied with the Clippers. So Lakers, Clippers, Golden State, Sacramento, and Phoenix, the top 5 in the Pacific Division. Petras, a tough cover for Najera. He's very quick. And they're going to count the basket.
Well, that hit the rim or the backboard first, but as you brought up in a game a while ago, they don't think it has a chance. And that angle looks like it did. They can just not call anything.
That's a good call. Once the ball hits the backboard, it's goaltending, unless it has absolutely no chance to win. Good pass underneath. Camby. Yes. So Carmelo Anthony has his first assist of the night. Camby with a bucket.
And you see Golden State philosophy already. First time he touched it, double team.
And that's Monte Ellis, the youngster. He spells his first name M-O-N-T-A. Monte. In case you're wondering, Warriors lead 4-2. Murphy will cover Camby.
Double team off of Andre Miller.
Wide open is J.R. Smith. And the rebound to Petras.
See, and that's what a smaller team will do for you. Like I said, they will try to just run and get up and down the floor. And if the bigger guys, Camby, Carmelo, or even Eduardo, just kind of sit back and jog, guys are going to get layups.
This is what Don Nelson is known for, small ball. Smith, oh, nice pass to Najera. Beautiful. J.R. Smith, the assist, Najera, the basket.
The one thing, going smaller, though, and that's going to be a charge on Petras. Warriors are 3rd in block shots. They're not going to block shots with this lineup, so you need to just get to the basket and get to the rim. JR, little roll is the Eduardo and an easy 2. Here's what they're going to do. And you see everybody just kind of go to sleep. Look like Carmelo on the back end.
6-4 Golden State. Carmelo's first shot's a tough one. And Murphy rebounds. Murphy, one of 6 players that averaged a double-double last year in the NBA. Wide open is Petrus. Three-pointer, no. Rebound, Canby. Canby averaging 11 rebounds a game. Nahara. Oh, Nahara. The great thing about Eddie, he moves. He's always available for Carmelo.
Well, and the way they're going to play, the way Golden State is so focused on stopping Carmelo Anthony, and he's showing he's going to pass the basketball, make yourself available.
Murphy's got to look for 3. And that's going to be Nuggets basketball.
Nuggets ball.
Watch this, almost doesn't get through. See, there's Carmelo. There's always 1, 2 guys around him. Just gets him between Murphy and Dunleavy. Second assist of the game.
6-6. Carmelo double. J.R. Smith again to Nahara. Eddie is eating up his former team.
Double team, kick it out. If you don't have the shot, you attack the basket. The defense is scrambling a little bit. Unselfish play to start the game for Denver.
Richardson takes the turnaround. So tough cover tonight for J.R. Smith. Watching Richardson. In the meantime, Richardson is covering Andre Miller. Nice pass. And an easy basket for Carmelo. That quick post up.
You see what he did? He getting doubled. Let me get out on the break and post up real fast.
A long 2-pointer. As Monte Ellis, high school kid a year ago from Lanier, Mississippi, had a knee injury his high school year, so pro teams backed off. Wasn't drafted until the 2nd round. Carmelo double right away, and Nahara is fouled. So Eddie Nahara could be going for 30 tonight if they keep this up.
Well, if Carmelo waits just a half a second, I think there's another layup for Eduardo, and I think it's going to be his 8th point of the game. He's already 3 for 3. But still another unselfish. Carmelo's got to have the patience tonight to be the scorer, because they're going to try to double him and get beat by somebody else.
6 on the shot clock. J.R. Smith knows it, and he's got 2. J.R. Smith, a pleasant surprise. He's averaging 16 points per game as a Nugget. Murphy.
Oh, it looked like an extra step. Good call. Body contact on Murphy. We talked about Murphy last year. This guy can really stand the shooting. Taking it to the basket, not his threat. Looked like he's trying to work on it a little bit, but they've gotten away with an extra step.
He's been bothered by a sore Achilles tendon, so he's not 100%. He scored 17 points Wednesday night on 3 of 6 3-point shooting. The mask does him no good in terms of the reach department. Altitude is pleased to present your Denver Nuggets in high definition. For channel numbers, visit the altitude.tv website or contact your local cable or satellite provider. Troy Murphy, that's our 5th tie in the early going, 12-12. Don Nelson known for using a variety of defenses, mostly zone. Carmelo back to Eddie, and Nahara another score. Well, Nahara's on a hot streak. He's got 8 points on 4 of 4 shooting.
And 3 assists for Carmelo Anthony.
Richardson fires a 3-ball. Long shot, long rebound to Murphy.
Well, Marcus Camby is going into the paint real deep to try to get rebounds. But he's guarding forwards, basically. He's guarding a small forward that likes to shoot.
Carmelo, no. Nahara's got it. And he tries to power it up and he'll shoot too. Boy, Nahara off to a terrific start.
See, not a terrible shot by Carmelo. However, to me, that's part of that impatience. Listen, you're averaging 30, and now no one wants you to get a shot off because that's the way the Golden State decided to play defense. Got to have the patience to say, okay, you know what, this first quarter I may get 2 points, but I'm going to get, here's a chance for double digits already with 4.5 minutes into the game for Eduardo.
On Wednesday night in the win, Nahara had 11 points in 26 minutes. Nahara, interesting because he played 4 seasons under Don Nelson in Dallas. So he knows Nelly very well. Probably knows what kind of defenses Nelly likes to employ, and he's taking advantage. 10 points for Eddie Nahara. Here's Monte Ellis. Challenges Canby. Out to Dunleavy. That's off the mark. And Andre Miller pulls up the rebound. Miller, a very good rebounding guard, averaging nearly 5 boards a game. Alley-oop, Melo, yes!
See, I think that's where Melo's going to get his. You know, they're going to double him in the half-court set, then get out in the run, get some offensive rebounds. I guarantee you'll still score.
Nuggets have their biggest lead of 4. Another rebound to Canby. Chance to break. Melo's ahead. Now check it. That's J.R. Smith, another headband guy. Missed it. Nahara's season high, if you're wondering, is 12. He's 2 points away from that. Dunleavy, 3. Out to Nahara. Going up.
That's a block. That is an absolute horrible call. Excuse me for saying that. Is that a good? I will take it back. Sliding and getting up underneath him.
Didn't look like he was set to me.
Toughest call in basketball to make is the charge, but that's not even close. Great alley-oop right there. Like I said, I think Carmelo, that's where he's going to have to get his early in this game.
Ellis. A lot of perimeter. And the foul. Andre Miller with the contact. First foul on Andre Miller. And that's going to be the second team foul. So I want to say Michael Ray Richardson, but it's not. It's Jason Richardson to the line. 66.5% free throw shooter.
Hey, Nuggets proud to bring you the perfect holiday stocking stuffer for your favorite sports fan. It's the Nuggets Holiday Package. 5 great games. You're going to include Nowitzki, McGrady, Davis, Billups, and Kobe for just $99. Plus, you receive a limited edition Carmelo Anthony wall cling and playoff ticket purchasing priority. Order online at nuggets.com or call them at 303-405-1212.
George Karl said tonight's game was going to be a challenge for the Nuggets mentally after beating the Warriors up in Oakland. Going to try to beat them again at home. J.R. Smith, what a nice move down low.
And Monte Ellis is not going to be able to guard J.R. Smith. Now, he's going to pose problems for J.R. on this end with his quickness. And on that end, just too much strength for J.R.
Warriors all perimeter so far. Murphy. That was a 2-pointer, rebounded by Canby. Canby's 3rd rebound. Nuggets lead 20-16. Now Ellis is on Andre Miller. Canby and Carmelo Anthony running that play to perfection.
Well, perfect pass, but the setup by Carmelo was unbelievable.
3rd assist from Melo. Richardson. Nuggets lead is 4. Richardson's got 6. J.R. Smith stops and pops. 3-pointer for J.R. Nuggets offense superb so far.
Every Nugget so far in this game has had an assist.
Richardson in and out. Fast break opportunity, although the Warriors retreat quickly. Andre Miller, basket counts fouls.
If Golden State, the way they're trying to play right now, if they do this the entire game and they shoot down in the low 40s, they're going to get beat by a lot of points.
The alley was perfect and the boot was sensational. 27-19 Denver. Denver Nuggets basketball on Altitude Sports and Entertainment brought to you by Pepsi. It's the Cola. By Cadillac, Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit. And by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. 27-18 our score. The Nuggets jumping out to a 9-point lead with 4:50 to go. The Nuggets on Wednesday night had a number of leads, but the Warriors would come back, wouldn't they, Scotty?
Yes, they would, Chris. And that shows right there, 12-2 after jumping out by 9, 6-point lead, you see there, and then 10-point, that 19-9, and that 114-104, that 8-1 run was something to behold.
What will it take the Nuggets to really lower the hammer on one of these teams and blow them out?
Well, a little bit what George talked about. I mean, just think about this down the stretch. You don't turn it over. You make some free throws. But in this game right here, you got to keep the pace going. You got to keep being unselfish. And you know what? They've got 12 field goals so far, and they've got 11 assists on 12 field goals. So when you're doing that, that's pretty good.
J.R. Smith picks up his first foul. That's going to be the 3rd Denver team foul. Chris Marlowe, Scott Hastings, Julie Brauman at the Pepsi Center Golden State Warriors and the Nuggets. Nuggets leading by 10. Nice steal. Canby with a knockaway.
What anticipation. Good job by Canby.
Andre Miller, rebounded by Richardson.
Just giving and going.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Michael Petrus from the corner. Carmelo's got it. Nuggets so far shooting 66.7%. Andre Miller out to Melo. And it's going to be a charge, I believe.
Always tough when you get in there and Andre eyeing Carmelo that whole time, sets up a charge. Here's a great play defensively. Watch coming from this angle right here, and watch wide open if Canby doesn't react defensively.
First subs of the ball game. And the big hand, I think, is for Earl Boykins. After missing 2 games with the flu, the 9-year veteran from Eastern Michigan has come on, but there's big cheers also for Reggie Evans, the rebounding machine. Andre Miller, Eduardo Najera get a rest.
And you had to take Eduardo out. If he had too many points, he'd want to renegotiate. On fire tonight.
That's right. So Boykins is going to cover Monte Ellis. Now the Nuggets switch. Andres Biedrins is in. This is him. And he's got it with a left hand.
And that's what I think he does. He needs to get a little stronger. Don't know if he ever will, but he's got great footwork in on the paint. He's been sitting down for 7 minutes and still comes in and makes a move.
Got it short. Evans has got it, and it's going to be a Warrior foul. It's on Michael Petrus.
20-8 already, points in the paint. Of course, you look at Eduardo, he's 4 for 4, 10 points. Melo 3 of 5, 6 points. All of those have come in from the layup variety.
2 fouls on Petrus. And the 4th team foul. 28-20 Denver. And the pass out of bounds. Boykins, J.R. Smith, Evans, Anthony, and Marcus Canby. 5 on the floor. Underneath, Biedrins, and he's fouled by Carmelo Anthony.
Same play we just saw a while ago. Canby reacted a little too quick that time, and when he went over, he had to clear all the way to the other side of the lane, and he's yelling at Carmelo to take his back and get Biedrins. Richardson was posting up on the one side against JR, and it had kind of rotated just like it did a while ago.
The Warriors are the worst free throw shooting team in the NBA. If you watch our game Wednesday night, you saw some bad foul shooting. Biedrins is just 50%. The Warriors the other night, they made just 18 of 29 as Biedrins gets 1 of 2. Tonight they're off to a good start though, 5 of 6.
They started good the other night too, didn't they?
They sure did, and then they tailed off big. Monte Ellis, who's probably never played against a player much quicker than he, but tonight he'll get the challenge of Earl Boykins. First foul on Ellis. And the Warriors now out of fouls for the period. So Earl Boykins going to the free throw line. Boykins at 88%. You ever had to come back off flu or off sickness and play, and how did it affect you?
You're never quite ready that first game unless you take one extra game or another day or two more than you think. That first practice back, maybe you get to practice this day, a little shoot around today. That first practice back, you're winded quicker, you're tired more easily. And then that first game, it's getting that second win. Once you get that second win, then you're pretty good.
Nuggets did a heck of a job without Boykins, winning 2 games against Chicago here, and of course Golden State up in Oakland. Now Richardson trying to back down J.R. Smith, and he draws the foul. 2 fouls on J.R. Smith. We're coming back. George Karl's Nuggets out to a fast start, leading 30-21. First quarter here at the Pepsi Center, less than 3 minutes to play. The Nuggets leading 30-21. It's time now to shed some light on tonight's Spotlight Quest, the spirit of service in action. Who are we spotlighting tonight, Scott Hastings?
We're going to look at the rebound game, and Reggie Evans, who had a big one just a couple nights ago, helped Denver with a 20-point advantage. And I think the reason Nelly went small, he wants less rebound. He wants to run a little bit and have to take these big guys out. See, Denver only up 3 right now, but they're shooting 63%. Haven't been as many offensive rebounds. But that I think is why they went small. You think, well, wait a minute, if they got out rebounded, shouldn't they go bigger? No, they want to make Denver try to adjust to playing smaller, and maybe they keep littler guys in and they have a better chance on the boards.
Don Nelson, really the architect. That's an air ball for Richardson. He wipes off his hands like there was some glue on him or something. Richardson, good numbers on Wednesday. 6-year man out of Michigan State, 1 of 2.
Good player.
Nuggets with an 8-point lead.
Golden State's been most of the first half, most of the game really in a zone. Looks like they're kind of playing one right now a little bit, though they're trailing Yakuba. Now they're in a little bit of the zone.
Carmelo. Yakuba's in, and his first shot is off the heel. So Yakuba Diawara has come on. And Matt Barnes scores, and he's fouled. The Nuggets a little disorganized, getting back in transition there.
Well, see, and that's why the smaller lineup, if you will. I mean, Barnes is in there, but he's still only, 6'7", 6'8". You get out there, and guys like Reggie, will Reggie run? Camby's been in there for 9.5 minutes. Will he continue to run and try to get to the point where all of a sudden now you're subbing smaller guys and playing out of position?
Barnes with a 3-point play. Nuggets lead is 5. 2-3 zone, it looks like. And the middleman is Beatrice trying to hang on to Reggie Evans. Carmelo. And a nice rebound by Beatrice. Reggie Evans may be hurt in the backcourt. Well, Reggie Evans is down. And foul at the other end on Yakuba Diawara, and there's going to be an official timeout. I'm not sure if Reggie hit his head. It came down awkwardly. Or maybe he got elbowed. Let's see.
Beatrice right there with a little elbow to the left cheek. George is going to take this opportunity as they help Reggie up to his feet to kind of talk the guys out. He's kind of gotten into the habit now of standing. Remember all that cutting and everything that was going on has gone into a stand around kind of offense.
A reminder to catch the Gold Crown Comedy Festival starring Frank Caliendo. That's December 8th at the Paramount Theater. Visit www.goldcrown.com for tickets and details. Frank Caliendo. Okay. Well, Reggie Evans is usually dishing it out. And let's see if he can stay in. He's unhappy right now. Not only get the elbow. Ooh. He's very unhappy. That's the competitor in Reggie Evans, Doug Moe. Lucky he got out of the way of that one. Doug Moe almost got stomped on.
Reggie came out that day. Better watch out when George sits down, because I think he took the chair, and yeah, they're going to get a new chair because he bent that thing.
And I hope George knows there's no chair there before he goes to sit down.
Denver up running, moving the basketball. The zone implemented by Golden State the last couple possessions, as you see that new chair right there. Brand new coming in.
Bill Branch, the director of scouting, and John Welch right on that play. It's going to be Nuggets basketball. Joe Smith has come in, so can be Joe Smith, Carmelo Anthony, Yakuba Diawara, and Earl Boykins. And there's a good look at Nelly. Won 5 NBA titles as a player for those famed Boston Celtic teams of Red Auerbach. Lakers let him go. He was picked up by Boston and helped the Celtics beat the Lakers for a number of those years. Diawara drive. Carmelo's got a good look. Couldn't come up with it. Petrus. 30-25. Nuggets hustling to get back.
Golden State outrunning Denver right now.
Barnes hits a 3.
See that game that was a 10-point, 11-point just a while ago, now just a 2-point game because the offense is completely stopped.
Monte Ellis fouls Boykins for a report. Let's go to Julie.
Well, it looks like Reggie Evans is going to be okay and be able to get back into the game, although the report on the chair is it's day-to-day. We may not see the chair again.
Chair could be out for the season.
I guarantee it is.
Now, Reggie Evans only got a chance to play 1 minute, Scott.
How many rebounds, though?
He didn't. He got 1 rebound. 1 rebound, and here he comes back in.
He's still grimacing, though. He may come in for Camby, give the captain a little bit of the time to rest.
Nuggets have missed 5 straight shots.
All jump shots, though.
Yep.
Remember the points in the paint we showed you a while ago was a 20 to, what was it, 20 to 8, 20 to 6. It's now 20 to 10. So in the last, and that was out of the breaks, the last 2, almost 3 minutes, Denver not inside that lane.
Earl Boykins, Mr. Reliable at the free throw line. 32-28 Denver. And Golden State, as we showed you in that graphic, the comeback ability for this Golden State team is pretty good. They can fast break. They're number 1 in the NBA in fast break points. Washington is 2, and the Nuggets are 3rd. And the follow by Richardson. And this Warrior group is playing with a lot of energy right now.
Well, a lot more aggressive team. A lot more aggressive than the Blues, more aggressive than the Whites right now.
Richardson's already got 9. 2-3 zone by the Warriors. And a good play. A takeaway. 3-on-1. Petrus.
This is a tie game.
Well, Michael Petrus with his 4th point. And a one-time 28-20 lead. Actually, the Nuggets up 28-18. They had a 10-point lead. But the Nuggets unable to hold the Warriors off here. Warriors on a surge.
There's the double team right there. That should have been on number 8, Ellis. I think they're going to call it on.
That's better if it's on Petrus, because that's 3 on him.
Ellis has 2, Richardson 2, Petrus 3. It looks like Nelly so far has only played 7 players. He may want to try to keep a small or a short bench today.
Carmelo Anthony's improvement has been unbelievable. Look at his numbers in the first 3 seasons. First 10 games, and now the first 10 games this season. Impressive is the 31 points, but the 50% shooting and the free throw shooting is amazing.
Missed that first one. See, I think the double team is taking a toll on him. This is part of his maturation too, is learning how to not be frustrated. Teams are all going to try to stop you from scoring.
Down the middle, boy, the Warriors getting a lot of good looks here. The Golden State Warriors shooting percentage up to 52%. And with 27 seconds to go in the period, Nuggets are trailing by 1. Boykins, nice pass. Evans with the score. Beautiful pass by Earl Boykins. He gets the assist. Nuggets back up by 1. 12 seconds to play. Shot clock is off.
Golden State doing a lot of pick and rolls against Denver.
Nuggets with automatic switch. Monte Ellis. Petrus at the buzzer, no. So the Nuggets had a lead of 10. The Warriors had a lead of 4. And at the end of the period, Denver leads it 35-34. You're watching Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Your home for Nuggets basketball all season long. Thanksgiving weekend in beautiful downtown Denver. In fact, the entire state of Colorado. Glad you're with us. I'm Chris Marlowe with Scott Hastings and Julie Brauman. 35-34. And let's check in with Julie Brauman. Jules.
Well, George Karl telling the guys, he said, right now, these guys are trying to outrun you. You got to go to the boards, and then you got to get back. If you don't, it's going to kill you. You've got to start running.
Nuggets had a 28-18 lead when they were running, and then the Golden State Warriors turning it around. Near steal by Boykins. Barnes has played pretty well since he's come on. Murphy with the pump fake. And as the shot clock runs down, shot missed, rebound Evans. See if the Nuggets can get back in high gear. Andre Miller returns. That's good news.
Want to run and make the simple play.
Boykins. Barnes the rebound. Saw Boykins warming up from that exact spot. As Diawara gets the deflection. Nuggets have the steal. Nuggets the best team in the NBA at stealing the basketball as Boykins converts.
See, he didn't think about it. Just kind of boom, 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 pulled up 15-footer. He's been struggling to shoot in the last 5 or 6 games, even before he got sick. Richardson hits a 3, ties this game up, but Boykins just got to get back to shooting and not thinking.
Richardson already with 12 points. Tied at 37. Nuggets looking for cutters here. Boykins, nice pass. Evans, shot was blocked. Warriors with a pretty good defensive play. And Biedrins scores.
Let's take a look at our numbers for the first quarter, brought to you by Waste Management. Think green, think Waste Management. You see Denver, we were keen on the rebounds. Golden State got beat by 20. They're actually winning from that first quarter. When everything right now has gone against, since that opening group, the starters kind of had it rolling against Golden State up 28-18.
Here comes Eduardo Najera back, and he'll replace Reggie Evans. Boykins and Miller, Najera, Diawara, and Joe Smith. With Joe Smith covering Biedrins, that'll put Najera on Murphy. Now, the tough challenge is Boykins had Dunleavy for a moment. 9 on the shot clock. Richardson. Boykins comes up with it. And Earl feeling good. In and out. Najera after it. And Boykins is fouled. Not a dirty play, but a sure foul. He wasn't going to let Boykins get the shot out.
Well, he stepped into Barnes, too, and Barnes put his whole body. Just hope Earl's okay. Great hustle by Eduardo. See, head fake. Barnes is beat. He's going to wrap up. Now, it looks bad because you got that arm all around his head. Earl a little slow getting over to the free throw line.
Earl Boykins missed the last 16 games of the season a year ago with that broken hand, and of course that severely limited the Nuggets in terms of their scoring options. Unavailable those last 16 games. Then he came back for the playoffs, but as he told us that he was not able to grip the basketball.
All right, one shot.
Got 6 points already,
Hands in your line.
and has made 4 or 5. And he bangs the second one home. But Boykins with 7 points. And Nuggets trail by 1. Don't forget the Fast Break Show. You can see that tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. only on Altitude Sports. Eduardo Najera, who had 10 points in 9 minutes in his opening stint. And Diawara is fouled. Yakuba Diawara has been very active. What I like about Yakuba, Scott, see if you back me up on this. He gets the ball and either takes the shot or he's driving. He's in motion right away. He's not a ball stopper.
Yeah, but I agree with that 100%. He's a guy, and we talked to before in the pregame show, is trying to get that confidence and just relax a little bit. And I think he was a little nervous his first 2 or 3 games in the NBA. But you're right. He spots up and he takes a shot, or he's going to try to get in the paint, which is how this offense is designed to work.
Saw Keith McLeod come on, the former Utah Jazz. Andre Miller, great fake. And the resulting assist. Oh, Andre Miller set that up perfectly. Joe Smith gets the bucket.
And that's how it's supposed to work. Into the paint, get somebody up, a little dish here, look for the 3, whatever. That time an easy 2 for Joe.
McLeod came over in the Derek Fisher trade. Of course, Fisher going to Utah. Here comes Boykins. Nice pass. Oh, what a pass into Joe Smith. Yakuba for 3. He nails it.
Great series. Great series of unselfish basketball, what Denver was doing to start this game, and we haven't seen it with this group, but we just did. Great basketball, great unselfish play.
George Karl said the pass is the weapon that can take us from a good team to a special team. And on that play, the Nuggets had it. Denver Nuggets basketball and Altitude Sports and Entertainment brought to you by Maggiano's Little Italy, famous for its southern Italian cuisine and family-style dining. By the Mellow M3 by the Jordan brand. Elevate your game. and by Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light. Denver Nuggets lead 43-39 here at Pepsi Center. The second matchup in the last 3 days between these two teams. Nuggets winning at Golden State on Wednesday night, 115-112, when Mike Dunleavy missed a desperation three-pointer tie. And the Nuggets trying to improve their overall record to 7-4. Biedrins. And one. So Andris Biedrins not getting the start tonight, but he has been effective.
Well, he's #1 in the NBA in field goal percentage, right at 69. Now this is a bit like it seems like. Just gets in, he gets that left hand. He's so, you know, I don't know if he's ever going to be special, but he's so crafty around the basket. I kind of like him, you know.
I like him too, but it looks like he's going left every time. And if you're a Nugget, you got to get over there. See if he can reverse. Boykins has been very effective. And the interception by the Warriors. Richardson's been hot. That one way short. Rebound Naharov. Ahead is Miller.
Denver now is getting just back up that too many turnovers. You want to run, but you want to take care of the basketball.
That shot in and out, and there is Andris Biedrins. Biedrins, a third-year player, grew up in Riga, Latvia. Boykins ship it over to Joe Smith. And the Nuggets having trouble finishing now in the last couple of minutes. 44-43 Warriors.
Get right into the paint. 22 points in the paint already for Warriors.
Dunleavy traveled there. That's an easy call for Zach Zarba, the official on that near side. Turnovers a concern for the Denver Nuggets. Not too bad, 7 turnovers. Warriors with 5. Nuggets had 25 team turnovers on Wednesday night and won the game.
Yeah.
Now, that's how well they played despite that particular statistic.
You just can't live in that zone every night.
Boykins hits the 3. So Earl Boykins hits a long one. All 9 Nuggets to play have scored. 4 of them have 7 points or more. So good distribution so far for Denver. He traveled. Naharov knows Murphy pretty well. He knows you got to cover him up and make him put the ball on the floor. Diawara now back to Boykins. Boykins already with 10 points after missing 2 games with flu. Boykins splits. Yakuba, another 3-ball. Yes! Yakuba Diawara has looked a lot more comfortable in the last 4 or 5 games. He's got 6 points on 2 3-pointers.
Well, I think J.R. Smith was going to come in for Yakuba, and I think they're going to change that a little bit because he's hit a couple.
Murphy.
That's way too deep. Just way too deep in the paint.
Boykins going to the rack. Lost it. And it should be off Biedrins. Should be Nuggets basketball.
Remember, now we assume Earl watched the game the other night, but Biedrins had 7 block shots in that game, and he's always seems to be around the basketball defensively.
Boykins played great. 10 minutes, 10 points. Had 3 assists. No, Boykins, his first action back, replaced by J.R. Smith. 7 points for J.R. Smith. Here comes Yakuba. And he banks one in. Call the fire department. Kuba is hot early. 51-46. And they'll call this foul on J.R. Smith, and that's going to be his 3rd. For more on Earl Boykins, let's check in with Julie Bauman.
Scott, you just mentioned that if Earl had watched the game, he would have known about, everything going on. I talked to Earl this morning. He said, I pretty much slept during the whole game, in and out. He said, the only thing I know is that we won.
He must have been at my house to my family. I called him and said, hey, what'd you think of the game? We were tired.
Carmelo Anthony is going to come off. Frustrating night so far for J.R. Smith. 3 fouls. He's only had a chance to play 10 minutes. Richardson misses the dunk. And they call the foul. It's going to be on Naharov.
Boy, that's a bailout right there. How many times? That's the 4th or 5th time, and that's just playing basketball, the give and go. Get the post and cut. Hit it to post, cut. See the weak side, no one's coming over.
Might have had a hand on him.
I'm not sure that's what made the shot go off. I mean, you can touch, if you call a touch, I mean, then you can see why the official sees it.
You saw JR head off. Could be a restroom break. Sometimes Andre Miller with it. 51-48 Nuggets. Diawara. Tipped by Joe Smith. Yes. Well, Joe Smith, the veteran, the #1 pick in the '95 draft. He was picked by the Golden State Warriors that year.
And if you're playing Golden State, whatever team this year, you want to get somebody going the offensive glass.
And Biedrins is fouled immediately. So the Nuggets playing kind of a shifting zone there. And Biedrins going to have a couple of free throws when we return. 5.5 minutes to go, second period. 53-48 Nuggets.
5:30 left to go in the second quarter. Nuggets up over the Warriors 53-48. Now, while most of us yesterday were at home enjoying Thanksgiving meal, Marcus Camby was out and about in the community and early. And when I say early, I mean early. The team plane landed at 3 a.m. He got home at 4 a.m. And at 10 a.m. he was helping serve meals to the homeless, 1,000 homeless, with the help of Volunteers of America. And of course, it was important for Marcus to be there.
I just think it's just a great cause. You know, I think everybody should have a very, very thankful, happy Thanksgiving. And by me partnering with the Volunteers of America, it was like a no-brainer. You know, I'm a guy who likes to get out in the community. I'm a guy who also likes to give back.
Marcus going with a little bit of sleep, just got a few hours, but it was important to him to get out and support the Denver community. Guys.
You know, he is just a terrific asset to the team, not only as a player, but he's a good human being.
I agree with that 100%.
You saw Troy Murphy get a three-pointer. Carmelo Anthony's going to try one. Nahara gets it back.
First three missed this quarter for Denver. They were 3 for 3.
Nahara flashing. Here's where Melo can do some damage. Out the basket.
George Paul told us the other day that he wants Melo against zones flashing in. You'll see coming right up out of the back end. From low to the middle part, just into Biedrins, controls the ball and knocks it down. Watch it from inside that, from below the zone. He thinks Melo could be their best asset there, even more so than outside.
I like him a lot in there because he's not afraid to post up. He's got that mid-range jump shot. He can turn, shoot.
He can make the free throw.
He sure can, as he did. Nuggets with a 5-point lead. And we're going to have a holding violation.
Give that to George Karl in that last timeout, who went to the officials and was really complaining that Golden State guards are really holding the ball in palm. Still in the zone.
George Karl happy with his zone offense 2 nights ago at Oakland. Did a pretty good job. Actually shot the Warriors out of the zone. Carmelo a little fade.
Well, just can't get that jump shot.
Yeah, straight as a string, just too long. Ellis. And Ellis throws it out. Oh! Looked like Ellis threw it right out of bounds. Maybe a Nugget touched it. Monte Ellis was a little out of control there.
Now, Monty McCutcheon coming over and giving help. He just lost it. Zarbit asked for help, and I think it was Monty McCutcheon who said, went off Yakuba. Quick, tough play.
Petras traveling. A lot of emphasis on the traveling call this season. And it is resulting in more turnovers. George Karl talking about that earlier before the game in terms of palming the ball, carrying, offensive fouls, traveling. That's bumped up the turnover numbers a bit for most teams. Carmelo's got the split, and the Warriors come up with it somehow.
And McLeod reaching behind. Carmelo wanted to foul. Carmelo a little bit out of his game right now.
Biedrins, Camby blocked it. Biedrins, I think Camby got a piece of that one. Marcus Camby. Wow. We'll go to Nuggets. No! Oh, he lost the handle. Carmelo Anthony with a sensational pass. And Nahara couldn't quite handle it.
See, and I'm not sure that goes down with a turnover, but to me that's a turnover. It's a fast break. You've got a layup right in front of you and a chance to get to some point lead. Lose control of the ball and then off of you instead of a team turnover. That's
you give
tough.
that to Nahara or a team turnover?
Well, it'll probably be a team turnover, but that's Eduardo.
McLeod, 2-pointer.
See, it always happens every time you don't take advantage of someone on one end. Don't the other team come down here and always make the shot on the other end.
Well, that's a 4-point switch right there. Boykins. Camby will take his favorite shot. And you can tell he's shooting a lot better. He got his rhythm a couple of nights ago at the free throw line up in Golden State. And his jumper looks a lot more pure now. 4 points for Camby. Nuggets with a 5-point advantage. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Petrus, 2-pointer.
That's off Ellis's head.
And give Camby a kudo for that one. Timeout, we're coming back. 58-53 is the Nuggets lead. Just under 3 minutes to play first half. The Nuggets with a 5-point lead. It is time now for our GMC trivia question. GMC, we are professional grade. Since joining the NBA, what is the most consecutive games the Nuggets have had a 30-point score? Remember, Nuggets, Carmelo Anthony had 6 straight games of 30 points or more. That tied the Nuggets NBA record of 6 games in a row by Alex English. That's the Nuggets record. But what's the Nuggets record for most games with a 30-point score? We'll give you that GMC trivia answer a little bit later.
3 seconds violation. Golden State ball.
Nuggets by 5.
Julie was telling us during the timeout, just to report, there'll been another carry on Ellis.
Wow.
That, and you reported a while ago that Reggie Evans went back to the locker room, was feeling a little woozy. So they're going to get the team doctors back there, and they're going to check on him and make sure he's okay before they let him return to play. Watch for a pass to the top of the key and then low.
Nahara, the reverse. Tip, no. Carmelo Anthony, oh, what a pass by Camby.
That shouldn't have happened. There's no way that pass should have happened. There's no way.
It was in slow motion, wasn't it?
Unbelievable.
60-53 now. Nuggets. Monte Ellis has not been effective here. Ahead to Melo. There he goes.
See, Carmelo struggling to shoot the jump shot a little bit. He's still 6 of 12 and 14. And this is, hey, you can talk about how this guy's arrived. I mean, I don't think he's played very well. And yet he's 50% from the field. He's got 14 points. Watch this. He keeps it alive, knocks it out of Murphy's hands right there. And then watch this. This ball's short. Goes down below the rim and in front of it. And then Ellis misses the play. Looked like my Razorbacks today. And an easy touchdown. Oh, no, I didn't mention that.
A beautiful pass by Marcus Camby at one end. And then the fast break. Carmelo Anthony. You know, Bill Schaefer, the official scorer, told me that Carmelo Anthony trying to pass the great Larry Jones to move into 12th on the all-time list. Larry Jones scored 30 points in 20.
You're talking about the whole entire franchise, ABA.
Exactly, ABA for the Rockets. He scored
Larry Jones, ABA guy.
30 points in 23 consecutive games. So that is the franchise record. Technically, Melo and Alex English hold the NBA Nuggets record of 6 straight. McLeod, nice play. Nahara, there goes Boykins and Melo. Whoa, that pass right on the money.
3 dunks in a row. That's how you get yourself over 50%.
64-53. McLeod, 3-pointer.
See, and that's why these guys are always going to stay in it, is because you got about 5 or 6 different guys that can hit 3-pointers.
The Warrior zone has not been effective. Nuggets are tearing it up. 67 first half points now.
Earl coming in shooting the basketball, 13 points in 12 minutes for Earl. That's the Earl that Denver needs.
Murphy comes right back with a 3. Nuggets now have their most points in a half this season already. 50 seconds to go with 67-59.
And they'll have at least 2 possessions to get more.
Good passing by the Nuggets tonight. Look Even that one got through. Camby scores and a foul. Wow. Nuggets are getting, this is like Murphy's Law in reverse.
Yeah, well,
everything good that can happen is happening.
And Murphy, if the ball isn't deflected, Murphy steals it. Once his ball's coming down, it gets deflected.
Yep.
Murphy now all of a sudden he mistimes him, and then he fouls Camby. Here's that play on the steal. Eduardo just gets right over the top. Once again, kind of like my Razorbacks today.
That looked like a young Jay Cutler throwing the bomb.
Oh, Lennox Clayson getting some trillion minutes. We like to call this the trillion area.
What does that mean?
Well, he got 36 seconds.
Yes.
In the scorebook, it's going to say 1 million. And if you don't do anything, get an assist, a rebound, a free throw attempt, a foul, it's going to be 1 trillion.
Okay, so
1 0 0 0 0, and you don't want to live in the trillion zone.
Marcus Camby converts the three-point play, and the Nuggets have scored 70. They lead 70-59. Warriors, we should tell you, out without Baron Davis tonight, arguably their best player. And Petras runs over Camby, and it's a block.
Underneath the basket, San Marcos was moving. Tried to slide over and get the charge. See, and I really do. And charges are the hardest things to call. I think that's a good call. But when you get it, if you're just at a tough angle, you don't know if the guy stopped moving. See, I think that's a good call. I think he's still sliding
Got
and moving.
there just a second later.
But I think Murphy, or was it Murphy or Dunleavy, who took a charge earlier in this game, I thought he was still sliding also.
Warriors free throw struggles this year, monumental. The worst free throw shooting team in the NBA. Now Petras the other night put together a nice line. Points per minute played. He was one of the best players in that game Wednesday. 21 seconds to go, 70-60. Don't forget the Avs back in action against the Canucks tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. start time. Now Earl Boykins will work with Carmelo Anthony. 7 seconds. Underneath, and Lennox Clayson is going to see if he can get off the 1 trillion.
But he's got it now because he's going to get attempts. Even if he misses, which obviously the coaches and himself don't want him to miss. See, look at that. See, look at the scoreboard right now. That's 1 trillion.
Okay. Third foul on Murphy. Clayson shooting his 3rd free throw of the year. He's 1 for 2. And now DeMar Johnson is going to come in with 3.8. And Marcus Camby, who has 2 fouls, goes out for protection. Marcus Camby, 7 points, 6 rebounds, a couple of blocks. Here goes Ellis. Monte Ellis. And that will do it. A well-played first half by George Karl's Denver Nuggets at the end of 1 half of play. The Nuggets 71, the Warriors 60. You're watching Altitude Sports and Entertainment, your home for Nuggets basketball all season long. Now let's send it out to Joe Brown. He's in the studio for tonight's halftime report. Joe.
Hey, Chris, coming up on the Nuggets halftime report, some great games in the NBA. San Antonio and Dallas hooking up in a Southwest showdown, and Utah putting their perfect record at home on the line against Kobe and the LA Lakers. We'll have those highlights when the Nuggets halftime report continues on Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Thanks for watching the Nuggets Halftime Report on Altitude Sports and Entertainment. We send you back to Pepsi Center. We rejoin Chris Marlowe and Scott Hastings. And, guys, I expect the shootout to continue in the second half between Denver and Golden State.
Well, the best scoring half of the year for the Denver Nuggets, 71 points. All 10 Nuggets scored. The balance was great. And how did they do it? They get inside, made some shots, a little bit of each.
I'll tell you, first of all, Allie at home, that one's for you. She's back from college. They got out and run. And when they get out and run, they get wide open shots and they get points in the paint because they're getting layups. Great passing. The first quarter, they had 13 field goals, 12 assists. At halftime, they've got 27 field goals, 22 assists. Are dominated in the paint, 38 points in the paint. And I tell you what, we saw 2 or 3 of those passes from Camby to Carmelo. That was a really spectacular offensive half.
You know, George Karl talked, hey, wait till we shoot over 50% and have 10 or less turnovers. 56% in that first half. And, of course, 9 turnovers, maybe a little bit higher. But how about the Nuggets in the paint once again, Scott? 38 points for the Nuggets. They're the leading team. What does that mean to you when you see a high paint total?
Well, what eventually I think is going to happen now, all of a sudden, they've got to talk about Golden State collapsing the middle. Now when they do, now's that kick out three. It's in the paint, collapse, boom, boom, kick out, wide open face up threes. And then guys like Boykins and Diawara, J.R. Smith are going to have some fun in the second half.
All right, Nuggets on a pace to score 140 points tonight. They can keep it up. We shall see. Stay tuned. Third quarter just around the corner. Back at the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, just minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Nuggets are leading 71-60. Timeout for some cold, hard facts. Brought to you by Coors Light. Let's send it over to Julie, standing by with John Welch. Jules.
Thanks, Chris. Coach, what adjustments did you feel like they tried to make coming in? Thank you, George. Coming into this game, and how did you counteract those in the first half?
Oh, we feel they just want to outrun us, and early in the game, they cross-matched on us. They put their point guard on JR and put Jason Richardson on Andre, and they just tried to run us down the court and get easy shots. And I think if we can make them set up in the half court, our defense is much better.
In the last game, you guys were up by 10 after 3 quarters, but they came back to tie it with 5 minutes left. How do you stop that from happening again tonight?
We just have to keep our focus down the stretch. We have to take good shots and just get back on defense.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, Chris, back over to you.
All right, thank you, Julie. Second half, Nuggets going to be shorthanded, Scott Hastings.
Yeah, it looks like Reggie Evans is going to be out. We saw him go to the tunnel. Here's what happened. Biedrins, not on purpose. That elbow goes out, clears. Catches him right on the cheekbone. Reggie goes down. Just precautionary with all the stuff that we've seen in pro sports and everything, but they're calling it a mild concussion, and they'll stay in and watch the second half. There's someone obviously observing him. And hopefully they expect him to make a full recovery, obviously.
All right, Reggie Evans will not play in the second half, and Biedrins is going to get the first 2 of the period. So Andris Biedrins, he's come in and played very well. Didn't start, but he's got 14 points and 5 rebounds off the bench. Marcus Camby shoots over Biedrins, and Nahara doing the little things with the tip out.
So I'm not sure if they give that to Melo or not, but Andre Miller the rebound or not, but that is Eduardo.
Carmelo. And that entire play made possible by the hustle of Eduardo Nahara.
Little things, you mentioned, you said a great line from George. What makes a good team to go great, those extra passes, and it's those little hustle plays that you can throw in there as well. Unselfish plays, if you will.
Richardson leads the Warriors in scoring tonight. He just got his 16th point. It's like a little man-to-man now by the Golden State Warriors. They're giving Camby the shot. J.R. Smith to Carmelo. Carmelo forces it up. And Andre Miller with 2 seconds on the clock with the rebound and a couple of free throws.
Not a great team, so if you hang around, you can get some easy rebounds. We look at our waste management pickup points. Turnovers down a little bit. 3 straight games Denver has been in the plus 20 area in turnovers, so they want to get under that. Doing a great job in the paint. And of course, Melo, I thought, was just an okay first half. And you look up and he had 16. Now he's got 18.
Andre Miller had been shooting free throws very, very well. Then the other night up in Golden State, he missed a couple near the end of the game. Do you think that affects you, or is Miller just too good a free throw to let that bother him?
Well, a miss affects you. A miss affects you because then you think about the second, I don't want to go for 2, or I don't want to go. And then you put it in a situation, then it just compounds everything.
Biedrins always coming back to his left hand. And he scores again.
Well, just a pick and roll, and they're rolling him, and they're hitting the roll. And it's 2 straight times and 2 straight field goals to Biedrins. So Denver's got to figure a different way to play this.
They'll whistle Monte Ellis with a grabbing foul. It'll be Warriors ball. Monte Ellis averaged 7 points a game last year. This year he's up to 18. He has really improved. Nuggets have done a pretty good job of guarding Ellis though. Only had 11 the first night. Pass down the middle, Nahara. Carmelo Anthony with the assist.
He goes over the top of the front row and the cheerleaders.
Here he comes now. And it's taken away. Camby digs it out.
George on to push the pace.
Carmelo's got post up.
Boy, look at him working. He worked from one side to the other.
Out to Miller. Two-pointer. Frozen rope.
That's a great play, though. I mean, Melo, great post up all the way around the block from one to the other, and then a kick out cross court to wide open shooter. 5 assists now for Carmelo Anthony.
Nuggets have their biggest lead of 12. Ellis with a little floater. It's Tony Parker's favorite shot right there. Monte Ellis with 6 points. George had an interesting point about Monte Ellis. Says, yeah, he's a good player, but wait till he goes around the league once and teams start paying attention to him.
I like that young pitcher.
Yeah, then we'll see how good he is. Alley-oop and Nuggets. Alley-oop has been a big weapon tonight.
Well, that one's because they're worried about Carmelo Anthony.
Nice play. Andre Miller with a steal. To 2-on-3. Miller going to goal. And a charge.
Second offensive foul for Andre Miller. Andre's done such a great job this year on the turnover, assist-to-turnover ratio. I mean, he's been special when it comes to that. But that one right there will go down as a turnover.
Andre Miller averaging just over 9 assists. That's 3rd best in the NBA. Nahara pokes it away. Richardson digs it out. Miller with the steal. Yeah, Carmelo Anthony. You know, he's 6th in the NBA in steals now.
Well, he said his thing this year is he wanted to be more of a defensive threat, put him on some good players. That's just a helping out right there, and then a heads-up play. You don't want to just throw it back lazy into play. Aim at somebody's feet. If he jumps out of the way and gets out of the way of it, the ball goes down the court.
Golden State already with 3 turnovers in the quarter. 80-68. J.R. Smith, a wide-open Camby. J.R. J.R. with the follow dunk. Utilizing part of that 44-inch vertical. Whew. Wow. 82-68.
I think I got a nosebleed just thinking about jumping that high.
There were 2 of those 15 second chance points, and Nahara with the push in the back.
See, it's a tough play to play. A while ago, and we'll get back to what happened to Eduardo with the foul, but watch J.R. Smith come out from nowhere and just go. Wham. I mean, he grabbed it over 3 guys, made the right pass to Camby. Camby missed it.
Yeah, that'll work. Piedrich, the cutting Barnes. So the Warriors execute on offense. Warriors' problem isn't scoring. Warriors' problem is stopping the other team. Carmelo with the save. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 15 seconds.
One thing, Nick's evolution of Denver is give and go. So I like what Golden State's done with the give and go.
Underneath Nahara with the reverse.
Well, Eduardo right now needs to buy a bunch of sodas for a bunch of players because they've hooked him up today. 6 of 8, 12 points, or excuse me, 14 points for Eduardo.
Piedrich has it batted off. Camby with another deflection. There goes Melo. Barnes.
And Miller knows he had an assist right there.
For an update, let's go over to Julie Brahman.
Well, it's an injury update. The Nuggets, of course, won't have Reggie Evans, but Golden State will not have Pietrus. He is out in the second half with the stomach flu. Remember the last game against the Nuggets, he scored 21 points, so he is out to the second half.
Thank you, Julie. I'm told he ate way too much turkey yesterday. Pietrus, not feeling good tonight.
Our producer said, or in the press room.
J.R. Smith. And Camby coming up with the offensive rebound. Andre Miller is playing in his 297th straight game. That's 3rd active. Morris Peterson's streak ended on Wednesday night at 371. J.R. got it. J.R. Smith with 11 points.
Shooting the ball a little bit.
And the Nuggets 86-70 now.
See, and another give and go though, and you got a lot of people watching on the weak side. Golden State's just passing and getting back inside.
Bullet pass again to Nahara. This time it's blocked. Nuggets ball.
Nick's saying that Eduardo, and he's played so great that it doesn't matter, but I mean, he's kind of gone to that reverse side of the rim too many times, too many
They're
times.
starting to.
Now it's a power dribble just back right up underneath the rim. Head fake one time, and he's still going to have the layup.
Nuggets 2-3 zone. Been a little bit porous. Camby coming down the middle. And a strip. 6 seconds to shoot.
I think Denver's going to call a timeout. I guarantee they're going to diagram a play, and let's see how good it is, because they do a great job of diagram plays out of bounds to score.
An impressive run by the Denver Nuggets. 86-72 with 6:19 to go in the third. Denver Nuggets basketball on Altitude Sports and Entertainment, brought to you by Farmers Insurance. See your local Farmers Insurance agent today. Farmers, get you back to where you belong. By GMC, we are professional grade. And by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 Tennessee Whiskey. Please enjoy responsibly. Nuggets playing with a lot of confidence right now. They lead at 86-72. And J.R. Smith saves an errant pass. He lost the handle. It's a 3-on-1. And Nahara with the foul. Well, Nuggets miss an opportunity there. That's going to be 4 fouls on Eduardo Nahara, who's played superb basketball tonight.
He just looked at the scoreboard and realized he had that many fouls. He goes, wait, I'm getting a lot of layups, a lot of points tonight. I don't need to get in foul trouble. Remember, Reggie Evans out with a concussion from an elbow to the cheek in that first half. So you're looking at guys on the bench. Plays it. Diawara, Joe Smith can play.
Matt Barnes, who was a training camp invitee up to Golden State and made the squad, and now getting some significant minutes. Ike Diagu, one of the better players for the Warriors, out tonight. A very good rebounder. Of course, the Warriors also missing Baron Davis. Here comes Earl Boykins. And Eduardo Nahara going to get a rest. Nahara goes to the bench, 14 points and 6 rebounds, his best game this year.
And Denver, even though Camby's in there, kind of their version of small ball.
Carmelo. And Carmelo going under Biedrins. And a couple free throws coming up now.
I'm not sure he meant to do that. It looked like the ball slipped down his hand a little bit.
So 4 fouls now on Monte Ellis. And Carmelo Anthony to the free throw line. 30 or more points in his last, 7 of the last 8 games. And in that 8th game, he had 29, remember.
Other than the holidays, what's the best night in town for your kids 14 and under, Chris?
Ute night.
It's Ute night, and with an adult ticket, with adult paid a ticket, free admission for kids 14 and under. The next Ute night is Sunday. Nuggets can take on the Clips. Remember, 14 and under, you get in free with a paid adult. So take advantage. Log on to Nuggets.com. Call them 1-800-4NBA-TICKS for all the details on Ute night.
That'll be a big game for the Nuggets psychologically. The Nuggets have had some trouble with the Clippers, and one of the fans got shellacked with a beer there in the stands. He got a little FaceTime, but half his beer is gone.
You got some. Hey, hold on, you got some right there. Oh, there it is, right there.
88-73. 5:45 remaining third period.
Camby kicked it up there. He handed out 1,000 meals yesterday on Thanksgiving. I don't think he wants to hand out 1 beer. Oh, look at that. Once again, just a pick and roll and just no rotation defensively. I don't know why the Warriors would run anything else until Denver kind of stops this. I don't know.
20 points for Biedrins. Biedrins is just 20 years old. Last year, Mike Montgomery playing Donald Foyle, but Nelly likes Biedrins a lot better, and justifiably so. He is better. Camby gets the easy layup. Nice move. Camby now with 11 points. And Monte Ellis. There was question about his leg strength after coming off that knee injury. He wears the neoprene on his left knee, but he still can jump pretty well.
Well, they said his knee had signs that when he gets older, he might have arthritis.
Yep.
My thought to that is he's 20. What's old?
Yeah, and who doesn't have it in their knees
Yeah, I was gonna say,
when you get older?
Can he get him through his 30th birthday, and then he's going to go downhill? Okay. Nice young player, and just like George said, you got to wait and see what he does, but he's got some tools. I mean, you're going up in this league, and you go right in between Camby and Carmelo, who both just kind of stand. Carmelo trying not to get in a poster next year. But that's pretty impressive for the kid who comes in out of high school, the two guard, and Don Nelson says, listen, your best bet is to try to play some point. And I think rightfully so. But he's a scoring point, and hey, nothing wrong with that as long as you can dish out assists on top of everything else.
Yeah, Smith's got 2, so he's playing well. 13 points on 5 of 9 shooting. 92-77. Nuggets are on top. Dunleavy. Biedrins with the offensive rebound.
Good job.
Could be a highlight here. Here goes Boykins. Back to JR. Oh, yes! 22 points for Melo. The assist at JR. The one headband to another headband. Richardson cooling off a little bit here.
Andre a little outside with Barnes.
Underneath, and Jay Rich gets away. Richardson. 18 points. He averaged 23 a year ago. Down the lane. Got it on a foul. Now Andre Miller. A strong drive to the goal.
Candidate?
Maybe a candidate for the Lexus drive of the game. This was good.
Once you get down, he just lowers that shoulder, gets between Biedrins and Richardson. Richardson, I think, got called for the foul.
Yeah, officially it's on Biedrins, his second. Biedrins has a career high in points tonight. Already 20 points on 9 of 11 shooting. That's impressive.
Yeah, you know why he leads the NBA in scoring, but he's just picking and roll. They're all layups.
Nuggets have their largest lead, 18 points.
And the 2 shots he missed, Camby blocked both of them.
He sure did.
There's a roll again. Well, he was open again.
Yeah, I don't understand why they wouldn't keep going to that. Barnes has played well. Matt Barnes now with double figures. He's got 11 in 16 minutes.
Well, he's got Andre Miller trying to block him out.
Camby. Better guard Marcus Camby, his favorite shot. He's starting to drop. 13 for the big cap. 99-81. Dunleavy wants in the post, but he's not really a post-up kind of guy. Up and under.
Those are the little moves.
You like those, you do.
See, we had a kind of discussion with Doug. He goes, well, I'm not sure. I said, listen, he's got some great football.
Carmelo after it. It'll be Golden State basketball. We're coming back. 2:53 to play in the third. The Nuggets with a big lead, 99-83. Just under 3 minutes to play in the third. The Nuggets have a 16-point lead. Let's take a look at some Melo moves from the new Jumpman Melo M3 signature shoes, brought to you by Jordan Brand. Elevate your game. Watch the pictures and listen to the cool music.
You dance every time you do that.
I'm dancing right now.
So he started getting those shoes out. Maybe it is the shoes. Money, money, money. Maybe it is the shoes. Debuted today. Black Friday in all the stores. People out in line. I heard people out in line at 4 o'clock in the morning, standing in line to get the Melo's new shoes.
Let's check in with Jules quick.
Hey guys, their main concern is just to get below their man, take out the layups, but George said, you know what, we have history of blowing leads late. We are not going to do that tonight.
You know, Julie, this, if the Nuggets can pound Nelly's Warriors here, this would be the first blowout of the season for the Nuggets. All the other games have been nail-biters.
Well, 10 games already this year for Denver, all 10 decided by 9 points or less. I'm not sure anybody in the league is at that stage.
Boykins. And a nice rebound by Camby, but it's taken away by Roberson. Second-year pro from Florida.
Now, see, those are posters. Except there's no camera. The camera down the other end, but Clay's getting there a little late. Dunleavy just run to the rim.
Carmelo. And Melo nails another one. Well, Carmelo Anthony with 24 points now. Once again, shooting over 50%. He also has 5 assists. And Yakuba Diawara called for the foul.
Monty McCutcheon and Carmelo having a conversation on the way down, kind of laughing and talking to each other. I think he's saying the guys hit me on the elbow. They're smiling.
As long as you smile, I don't think you get the tech.
Yeah.
Do you think?
No, because the official's smiling too.
2 minutes remaining.
First team to 100 wins, says Doug Moe, and the Nuggets lead at 101-85. Keith McLeod. McLeod coming over in the Derek Fisher trade. Fisher playing well for Utah. What a start the Utah Jazz off to. Wow. Carmelo fade, and he's got the jumper now. You get the feeling he's got that rhythm. 26 for Melo. Needs 31 to pass Larry Jones and move into 12th on the all-time list. Can he do it tonight? We'll see. Roberson. And that's a three-pointer.
Boykins just lost sight of Roberson. He got a little bit of a screen. Got hung up on it, didn't get any help. They were only up 13. And they had this at 18 at one time.
Boykins. Burrow will shoot 2. Did the Nuggets need to switch that screen up top or go over the top and try to prevent that three-pointer?
It depends on how they play it. You know what they want to do. They've been stepping out and switching it, or actually just switching it. But then the guy that switches it, when you switch a screen, the guy who gets screened, if you will, okay, is now going to find a way to fight and slide underneath that screen, unless they're automatically just going to roll the guy. And if they're going to roll help over from the weak side, it's probably way confusing. Then you better get over and stop that roll early.
All right, time to answer our GMC trivia question since joining the NBA. What is the most consecutive games the Nuggets have had a 30-point score? Well, the Nuggets will be going for 9 tonight. And in 1983, English, Vandeweghe, and Issa put together 10 straight games of 30 or more. You know, Melo makes one free throw. He'd be going to it by himself.
Yeah.
So Carmelo Anthony with 26 points. Boykins has 15 off the bench. And a nice deflection by Yakuba Diawara. How'd you like Yakuba in your pregame interview tonight?
Really nice kid. And you know, just getting to talk to him even off camera a little bit. He kind of admits he was a little bit at all and a little bit nervous when he first started.
Beatrice trying to challenge Camby, and the ball's knocked away. Nuggets with a 5-on-4. And Carmelo called for travel.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that one.
That would have been a sweet dish by Melo. Let's check the turnover department. 13 turnovers for the Nuggets tonight, and the Warriors with 18. So the Nuggets, the best team in the NBA, is forcing turnovers, and they're doing that. There goes Yakuba. Give it to Melo. And that one looked like he may have traveled.
See, now, I thought he traveled on that one and didn't the one before. That'd been something to get 2 travels in a row on a fast break, but how about Diawara just bothering McLeod a little bit defensively?
McLeod doing a little bit too much. Roberson. So the kid from the University of Florida played 16 games for Memphis a year ago. Undrafted in 2005. Some of these undrafted guys can play ball, can't they? I mean, Monte Ellis, a second-round pick, the 40th selection.
Well, but you go to just 2 rounds.
Yep.
I mean, you got to think of all the kids that are playing in the NBA and coming out and everything else.
4 to shoot. Boykins. 3 seconds to go. Carmelo with the steal. Got it. A buzzer beater again for Melo.
He's got a commercial out. He says something to the effect that, how do I know I'm going to make the last shot because I've already made it. And shows him working. Yeah, he just got the bounce, got his eyes on the rim, gets the steal first. Bam. Watch it.
Gotta be the shoes. At the end of 3 periods of play, the Nuggets leading the Warriors 109-93. just outside the beautiful Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. Glad you're with us on Altitude Sports and Entertainment. This is a fun one. Chris Marlowe, Scott Hastings, Julie Brahman, the Nuggets with a big lead, 109-93, and yet you don't feel like the Nuggets are safe yet, Scott Hastings.
Well, other than Golden State's not playing any defense, but yeah, you want to come out in this fourth quarter to start it anyway and really push the pace, play a little defense early.
Keith McLeod, fourth year out of Bowling Green. He's got 9.
Look at that, 35, 36, and 38 points in the 3 quarters for Denver offensively.
First 5 minutes here. J.R. Smith ramming one home. I was going to say the first 5 minutes, fourth quarter, very important for the Nuggets, especially when they take Carmelo out of the lineup.
Well, and you got McLeod, who's just all of a sudden getting in fuego now, 11 points for him. But you got guys now that want to try to score and do some things for Golden State. Oh,
Lennis Kleza over the back. So Kleza hustling on the offensive end. His first foul. Our Wingstop statistics through 3. Both teams shooting at a high percentage. Nuggets at 58%. And Denver not dominating the rebounds, although there haven't been all that many rebounds with the percentages. Denver with 33 assists. That's nice. Boykins has got it. 3-on-2. Pass back to J.R. Smith. Launching. Yeah.
Well, he's slowly but surely becoming a crowd favorite. Still learning how to play the game of basketball.
Matt Barnes off the window. 114-99. The Nuggets season high is 117 points. The NBA high is 124. Nuggets might get both those.
If it goes the way it's going now, and they just don't start turning the ball over, and there's one right there, they could get 140 tonight.
They might. Roberson. Little guards keep shooting, don't they? Once again, in case you missed it, Reggie Evans elbowed in the side of the head in the first quarter, and we've been told he has a slight concussion. He will not play in the second half. I want to say hello to Kenyon Martin, we assume watching at home. Kenyon rehabilitating his knee injury, and Nene unable to play again tonight. Have you heard a timetable for Nene in terms of return?
I think they're just going to be as cautious as possible. You got a lot of guys that have played well. Reggie Evans, you know, has played well in the absence. As Joe Smith is given quality minutes. So I think they're going to be as cautious as they possibly can, because now you got to not only get that knee and get the swelling out, but now you got to worry about his conditioning as well, because he's not playing an NBA game. Hit Pitch Deal in Denver, still the Denver Nuggets Family Night Package on December 2nd. Your family can see the Indiana Pacers for just $59. That price includes 4 game tickets, 4 pizzas, 4 Pepsis, and a $10 ESPN Zone card.
Pizza.
1-800-4NBA-TICKS or Ticketmaster.com. Now I'm gonna hang my boy out. IDIANA. Idiana?
That tripped you up, didn't it?
It almost did.
How'd you going?
I'm thinking, what town? Oh, that's Indiana. Typo. It's a typo. Turnover for Golden State. Typo.
14th turnover. Now make that the 22nd turnover. Nuggets have 14 turnovers. So Don Nelson, who was hanging out in Maui, as the story goes, when he got the call from Chris Mullin to come back and coach the Warriors. Of course, Nelly, one of the most respected coaches in the business, and a mentor to George Karl when George was starting his career. J.R. Smith didn't realize he had much of a post game.
Well, McLeod's not going to be able to guard him at all. Now J.R. with 20 goes along with Carmelo's 30. Too many Nuggets running out. Glaze is already down the floor. He's the only other big guy kind of out there.
Biedrins with the score.
George just looked at Kleza. You see him, he's in the paint, and he's leaking out already. Joe just gets it over there, and Biedrins, boy, he's played well and got balls to fall, and I think Denver's going to call timeout. George just turned and pointed at the rim and said, listen, I need rebounders too.
9.5 minutes to play. Nuggets lead by 17. Denver Nuggets basketball on Altitude Sports and Entertainment, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest, a symbol of freedom. by your Colorado Volkswagen dealers. Visit ColoradoVWDealers.com for a dealer near you. And by Pepsi, it's the Cola. The completion of the three-point play for Andres Biedrins, who extends his career high to 25 points on 11 of 14 shooting. Boykins launches a three. Tip by JR.
Oh,
has it knocked out of his hands. Here comes Dunleavy.
And here's the danger part about being the team that's kind of got the lead.
Oh, what a block by Joe Smith. Look for JR. Here comes the highlight. Wow! Ramming speed. 22 for JR.
As I say, you got to watch out with the lead because you're not going to get a lot of calls. You've got to take that much better care of the basketball and that much more sure of yourself. A great hustle by Joe. Clays is getting the foul there, but looks like no call one end. Joe Smith with a big block on the other end. I mean, he comes out of nowhere.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, and then it just gets out in front, and J.R. Smith, you're not going to miss many of those. Oh!
He does that very well.
Well, they're getting out and running. 120 now for Denver.
Dunleavy, pass deflected by Kleza. Let's get Lennis a dunk here. Well, pass behind Kleza.
He's a guy that has not gone on track yet, and I think, you know, he's just pressing a little bit. That pass a little bit behind him, tried to one-hand it, but listen, he can play, and this is a long season, and there'll be some games. This guy really comes in and does some good things for Denver.
Dunleavy to Biedrins. And he scores again. So the NBA's leading field goal percentage shooter has 27 points. And Scotty's made 12 of 15 shots.
2 of those are blocks. That's an offensive foul. See, that's the flop that you're going to get all those kind of calls going against you, especially you've got kind of like buzzer luck right now if you're Lennis Kleza. But see, that's when you got a big lead, guys start going down like this, you're always going to get this call going against you. Stepping in the lane. See, just all of a sudden flying down.
And we got an offensive foul. I believe it'll be on Roberson with the screening foul. That's 3 on him. You know, the Nuggets had 58 rebounds against Toronto. Tonight's game, there's 57 rebounds combined for both teams. And both teams scoring a lot. Joe Smith's jump shot. And it's a thing of beauty. So Joe Smith gets his 6th point. Good to see Joe back in the rotation without Reggie Evans. It means a lot more minutes for Joe Smith.
And it is a pretty jump shot Joe has. Here's the roll. J.R. Smith, good job coming over.
Jumping Joe has one there. 122-104 Denver.
Roberson is going after Earl. Earl still not shooting the basketball well. He's 9 of 10 for the free throw line. He has 9 assists, but he's just 3 of 10 shooting. I mean, Earl will have one of these games coming up soon, I guarantee you. Hopefully, maybe it's Sunday. Clippers coming down, you know, where he goes 11 of 15, 11 of 16.
Roberson's out. Donald Foyle has come on. Foyle's going to guard Joe Smith. J.R. Smith has been the hot man. He steps back and nails another one.
He is.
With Carmelo Anthony out of there, J.R. Smith has stepped up the scoring pace, and Melo likes it on the bench.
Well, he's got 30, Melo does, so the streak goes, and Ukuba just kind of turning around late. Dunleavy runs into him and lays it up. That's just guys coming into the game and not knowing who they're going to guard. But with Carmelo on the bench, that streak's still alive now. 9 straight games, somebody in a Nugget uniform has gotten 30 or more. Carmelo 8 of those 9.
Carmelo needed 31 to pass up the great Larry Jones, but I'm not sure if the game continues this way if he'll get back in.
I don't think the plan of George Karl is to get him in the game.
Here comes Dunleavy. George Karl yelling, get back. Now Biedrins against Kleza. And Biedrins, boy, I tell you what, if you have a good drop step in the NBA, little pump fake, you can score a lot of points.
Look how low he gets, though. He's already in the paint. 1 step, head fake up. He traveled, no call. But he's got a great left hand. He gets that left hand.
Beatrice has made 13 of 16. Joe Smith and everybody getting into the act. Joe Smith now has 8 points.
Carmelo is going to come back in.
Well, I think he has to. If you're going to pass to Larry Jones, you've got to get back in and score at least one more point. Beatrice again. Nuggets
have no answer for the big Latvian.
J.R. Smith. That's a heat check, rimming in and out. Nuggets have 40 assists tonight. That's an NBA season high. Highest total in the NBA this season. McLeod. It's a good game if you want to pad your stats, don't you think, Scotty?
Well, it's turning into it, but I'm telling you, 16-point game, 6 minutes to see what happens.
Both teams shooting 57%. And here comes Carmelo Anthony as the foul is called on Adonal Foyle.
Well, not been a lot of rebounds because, as you mentioned, 57% each. But I tell you what, not been a lot of defense either. You look 126, 110. There's going to be people, hopefully in Denver, who are watching this at home going, wow, this is kind of like the old days. Where's Vandeweghe and Issel and English and Fat Lever
and Larry
Jones? No one's heard of Larry. No, I take that back.
Larry Jones was a guard for the University of Toledo. He scored at least 30 points in 23 consecutive games back in 1968. He made 4 All-Star teams and was the first president of the ABA Players Association.
Oh, wow.
So this was a good cat. Hope Larry's watching somewhere.
What years was he?
Well, he was drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers back in '64. And then played for 3 ABA teams before coming to the Rockets. Well, that's got to be a charge. Nice play, Joe Smith. Timeout called. Plenty of time. 5:50 to go, and the Nuggets have 127 points and the lead. Nuggets have already scored an NBA best this season, 127 points. They lead by 17. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by GMC at the Grudge Match. The LA Clippers, a team that Nuggets should have beaten earlier this year, and then the Memphis Grizzlies have been struggling. Tuesday night, they're without Pau Gasol, and then next Friday night, the Nuggets travel. Well, they'll travel on Thursday, and some chance for revenge, at least 2 out of the 3 of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Of course, the Nuggets are a different team than they were in those first 3 games. Since starting 0-3, the Nuggets have won 6 of their last 7. And they're on their way, we think, to 7 of their last 8. J.R. Smith, downtown. J.R. Smith's pretty good shooting guard, folks.
Wow.
J.R.'s career high is 36, and he's got 28 tonight. Dunleavy fattening up his average. Last year, the Nuggets had 139 in triple overtime against Phoenix. Last time the Nuggets have scored 130 against Milwaukee back in 2000. 135 to 112 victory. J.R. Smith again! Oh, he's in the zone. That's a three-pointer.
Now you got 2 guys in their 30s. JR with 31, 30 for Carmelo.
Dunleavy, no. Dunleavy, yes. Neither team.
Well, this turned into an NBA All-Star game.
We know it won't.
Shaq.
We know. We know it won't be the highest scoring game in NBA history. Of course, that one, Nuggets already have that. Joe Smith foul.
Well, JR may come out. He's in fuego. He's played a solid game, 12 of 18, 31 points. Tamar Johnson plays it back in.
Joe Smith, the consummate professional. Smith, in his 12th year out of Maryland, acquired for the Nuggets from Milwaukee for Ruben Patterson. That's a trade that's really helped both teams. Patterson getting a chance to start in Milwaukee as the small forward. Now DeMar Johnson will come on for Carmelo, and J.R. Smith replaced by Klaiza.
Still growing, both of them still learning, still growing in this game, and the potential right there sitting beside each other, 2 and 3 for a bunch of years. Pretty exciting for a lot of people in this organization, a lot of fans in this town.
So the Nuggets now with a player scoring 30 or more in 8 straight games, and those are the guys that did it. Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith. That shot way off the mark. We'll have to go to our roster card for this one in the last 5 minutes. That was Patrick O'Brien who's come on. Patrick O'Brien, the 9th overall pick. And this is a kid Nelly likes, but he's not quite ready to play yet, according to the coach. Long, tall, physical kid. DeMar Johnson's going to take a 3. Leaking out is Dunleavy.
Dunleavy, he's so smart. He's a garbage guy. I mean, he'll come out there tonight. And he's a solid player, but he's already got, what, 4 or 5 points now since the game's kind of been gone.
Golden State bench has 63 points. Pace continues, 134-118.
Everybody in Denver now looking for that 3. You know,
yeah, the Nuggets could run the shot clock a little bit more, couldn't they? And O'Brien tied up with Yakuba Diawara. Let's update our Quest spotlight, where he said Quest would be focusing on rebounds tonight.
You know, Quest, the spirit of service in action, and it was 54-34 just 2 nights ago. Don Nelson can know the small team trying to run, and what he did is he wanted to push the pace. There was going to be less rebounds, less big guys in, but see the points in the paint, and 64 for the Warriors, but if you take 31 of those belongs to Biedrich, who's just been unbelievable. 14 of 17 in this game. Just nice moves, not doubling.
This will be the highest scoring game in the NBA this year. 136-118. We still have 3.5 minutes to go. O'Brien. And rebound to Boykins. Boykins at 5-5. DeMar Johnson off the backboard. Nuggets turn it over. And Jamal Sampson, it looks like, is going to get his first action of the year.
Well, they're going to call this a goaltending. Hitting the rim first. See, here's what you want to do, because you played so well, and the foul. Now it's a 16-point game. I mean, we saw how fast the 11, 12-point lead went away the other night in Golden State. In fact, less than a minute.
Especially against a team like this, as Joe Smith goes out. So Jamal Sampson, the kid from California, University of California, is going to play some minutes here. Matt Barnes, he's had a nice night, 15 points.
He gets off the trillion, Jamal. First game in this year.
Nuggets got to be patient a little bit here. Diawara. And the Coupe scores in the foul. Oh, I love the way he drives.
You're right. You said it perfectly earlier in this game. He either spots up for the 3 or it gets in the lane like the offense dictates.
One more look at Yakuba Diawara. Chance for a 3-point play. 138-120, and it's not over yet. Denver Nuggets with a whopping 138 points and an 18-point lead on the Warriors. Our Lexus drive of the game tonight. How about Andre Miller, Scotty? Putting his head down?
Well, Andre stretching out his hamstrings over there has really played some tough game. Big stat night for Andre, but I thought still a leadership game. And what he did the last 2 games, Chicago and Golden State going 41 and 40 minutes back-to-back with Boykins out. Good thing that this has been a blowout, and Andre can rest here in the 4th quarter.
Yakuba Diawara making the free throw and completing the 3-point play, and we've got a push on Jamal Sampson. Now, we mentioned that this is going to be the highest scoring game in the NBA this year. Of course, who can forget the highest scoring game in NBA history? You might remember it, December 13th, 1983. The Pistons beating the Nuggets in triple overtime, 186-184. Alex English had 47 for the Nuggets, and he wasn't even the highest scorer. Kiki Vandeweghe had 51. Dan Issel with 28. Wow, that was some numbers.
Hansen got in there.
Hansen played 38 minutes and had, is that 2 points, or is it had the 11 points? 2 points. 2 points for Bill. No, 2 more.
And they'd have 4 more, and they'd have won the game.
4 more from Hanslick.
Bill, if you'd have got your average at 6,
darn it,
they'd have won the game.
That's what cost us in that one. Glazer, tough shot. Sampson after it.
See, penetrate, and he kicks out. Lamar Johnson's shot just off right now. Tough to play sometimes garbage thing. It's a real professional thing for a player to get in late, hadn't played much, and then you've got to get in this where the game's just crazy. And this is where you got to take pride in yourself, your work ethic, what you've done to get to this point, to be in this league.
Our stat man, Doug Strauss, telling me that Denver Nugget highest scoring game in history, Scotty. It was 145 in regulation.
Well, Denver,
Warriors are going to have to go.
Denver's 6 points away from that.
15-point lead with 150. Kleza.
Well, they missed, last 5 shots?
Yeah, you're right about Kleza. Just not shooting with confidence right now. Trying to get on track, I think is what you said. Barnes is shooting well. And DeMar Johnson's got it. And the Nuggets get 140 here. Should be able to. Come on, Kleza. And a traveling violation.
I'd like to see the foot on that because I'm not sure that was. Left foot is your pivot foot, not your right.
The Warriors have had 26 turnovers tonight, Scott.
Denver now with 19. We said a while ago they've got 3 straight games of 20, so a chance on the last minute 20 to kind of break that stretch.
Dunleavy and DeMar Johnson. Nuggets need 1 point for 140.
You'd like to see 140, wouldn't
I
you?
do. No team in the NBA has had it. Come on, DeMar. One minute to play. 139, 124.
And a 3-point opportunity. Well, they've missed the last 6 or 7 shots now.
And it's a 13-point lead for the Nuggets. Barnes at the line. Barnes 20 points. That is his season high. Biedrich out of the game with 31. This one long ago decided, we thought. It's a 12-point advantage.
Well, Golden State has been back in that zone for the last 3 or 4 minutes and just has made Denver really just a perimeter team. The shots just aren't going.
Kleza coming in.
See,
and free throws coming.
And that's why I like guys that play this way late in the game. Okay, it's a blowout. And the easiest thing to do is to stay on that 3, get a jacket. And I've done that. I didn't want the trick. I wanted a jacket 3. But if you keep playing and just attack the rim, you're going to get some easy layups. You're going to get some free throws. Last
time Denver had 140 points, March 29th, 1991 against Sacramento. That was a 140 to 122 win. That was the only win in an 18-game stretch. I guess the other 17 weren't so good. Confidence-building win for the Denver Nuggets. 30 seconds to go. All players contributing. J.R. Smith with a high of 31. Carmelo Anthony with 30. Sampson after it. Nice play.
Well, they just hold it right here.
And the Nuggets going to run it out.
First double-digit game for the Denver Nuggets this year.
Nuggets score an NBA season high 140 points. 140 points. They made 52 field goals and had 42 assists. That's the real good news, Scott Hastings.
Yeah, they played unselfishly in the first quarter where they built a lead. Golden State came back in that second a little bit, only led by 1 at halftime. But that third quarter and the start of the fourth quarter, really just a stellar job for the Denver Nuggets.
Let's go over to Julie. She's with Earl Boykins.
Earl, you have 17 points tonight, 10 assists. First of all, how are you feeling and how is the energy level out there?
I'm feeling fine. I think tonight we did a great job of running for 48 minutes. When we do that, we're tough to beat.
You guys scored 140 points tonight. That's the most any Nuggets team has scored in 15 years. I heard George talking to you this morning. He said this offense can play better. They can play faster. Is this what he had in mind?
Definitely. But, as a team, we have to play much better defense. We played a team tonight, and we gave up a lot of transition baskets, and you can't do that against better teams. But our offense tonight was unbelievable.
But you have to love it if it's your style, right?
Yeah, I love it. But the big thing is to come out here and get wins, and that's what's important.
Great. Thanks, Earl.
All right.
Okay, Chris, back to you.
Scott Hastings, Nuggets offense, superb tonight.
Superb tonight, but you know what you enjoy for tonight? Maybe tomorrow and shoot around when you start having fun with the guys, but then it's that Clippers, and you know what? No matter what you say, that's turned into a special game, I think, a rivalry, if you will, and it'd be nice to get a win then.
Highest scoring game in the NBA this year. Denver 140, Golden State 129. Be sure to join us Sunday night when the Nuggets look to avenge an opening night loss to Sam Cassell and the hated LA Clippers. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Courtside, the pregame show. Transmission facilities for tonight's telecast provided by HTN Communications. It's been a presentation of Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Stay tuned for complete post-game coverage coming up next on the Nuggets Locker Room Report.